Here is a practice to help you come on into your body using the ground and your breath and connecting your mind and body to not only find your strength within, but also find relaxation and trust in that strength within. So what you'll need is a yoga block or a pillow will work, and a Pilates ball. So first off, let's go ahead and just find ourselves on the floor and just taking some cleansing breaths here. Nice big inhales, feel that air come in through your nose. And then exhale, feeling it leave the body. As we follow that air in and out, let's start to coordinate that with the floor. So let's go ahead and just think about our feet, and can we notice all edges of our feet touching the floor, and go for that nice inhale and imagine we're taking that breath to those feet with the inhale, and on the exhale, let's go ahead and push away the floor and just track and note what happens. We're doing this with like a 2 out of 10. So inhaling, allowing that breath, having patience, allowing it to make its way to your feet, pausing maybe for a moment, and then exhaling with patience, and just noting as you patiently let your exhale leave the body, what does the body feel like on there? Pause for a moment and note that. One more breath doing this with the feet. And then we're going to bring our mind's eye to our pelvis, inside our pelvic bowl, where all parts of us are touching the floor around the pelvis. And let's just do that exact same thing. Inhale, connecting and feeling, and exhaling, connecting and feeling. Having patience and letting your breath lead the way. And make note if you find your mind really trying to tell your breath what to do, or is the breath leading the way? And that is the purpose of this breath work here, and this connection to the floor and our breath and our body. Taking one more breath here at the pelvis. Exhaling, just noting how it feels now with the pelvis and our feet. And just noting what kind of sensations arise with that, what kind of feelings arise with that. What kind of strength do you feel with that? What kind of stability? Let's go ahead and take that to our rib cage. Nice big inhale. Filling the inside of that rib cage right up into that sternum area, and noticing that airway open, the shoulder blades into the ground, just breathing into those areas, exhaling. Filling and allowing it to release, and just making note here how we feel with the feet, with the pelvis. And now with this rib cage into the sternum, the shoulder blades, and the neck. Let's just go ahead and do this with our hands and our head. Can we inhale into them? Exhale. Again, your breath is going to be at your own pace, your own time, and this can be different every single time you come to this practice. And we're just going to take about 3 to 5 breaths at each of those. And then just make note, and just maybe like surrender into the floor and come to a natural breath. And note how the body feels. From here, we're going to go ahead and take that Pilates ball. We're going to put that just like above your tailbone area.
Noting our feet, noting our hands, noting all those places that we are connected to the floor. And I'm just going to invite you to shift that pelvis side to side, thinking about coming or initiating this movement with your feet. And just noticing that you're rolling over to one side. One hip will get closer into the ball as you do that. You'll feel the hamstrings on, and then rolling over to the other side. And just getting really buoyant and playful and free as we do this. And then let's go ahead and just take that into a tilt and a tuck. So taking that tailbone up to the ceiling and then towards the floor. And again, coordinate your breath with this. If you find any resistance or tightness, can you breathe into it? And then can you start to just ask the breath to gently allow this to be a little more free? Notice if the mind is going into any areas of like, is this right? Is that, what are we feeling? Or can we just let the intention be flowing and freedom and just connection and awareness? Let's go ahead and just imagine we're taking one hip bone up to one rib cage and just moving through different spots. And again, you don't even have to follow mine. Maybe you want to try some circles here. I'm just noting a heavy sigh for myself. That feels really good. Letting some energy go, maybe some tension I was feeling. And then I'm just going to take that ball out and take a moment to feel the other side. Noting how rooted and grounded I feel. Pausing enough, maybe even straightening out those legs, connecting with the floor. This is always just going to be your place to allow this to feel right for you. This video, you don't even have to follow along once you get it. You just got the idea of some of these things that we will do, and then get creative and have fun. I'm now going to put this between my shoulder blades, and I'm going to get those arms out and allow that head to calm down. If it ever feels like it's too much, that's where this yoga block, if it's too much strain on the neck or on the head, all right, then we would just bring the floor up, and you can do that with a pillow, a rolled towel, anything. I'm already getting some nice like movement and shifts, some cracks there. And now the best thing here is just to allow your breath, just like you were before. Inhale, exhale. Again, the intention is to find some freedom here, to allow the breath to help you go from the inside out, noticing any resistance, leaning into it, not to push it away, but just leaning into it, letting it be heard, seen, understood, and exhales, permission to let go, and then pausing enough to notice what's on the other side. One more breath here. And again, we'll take that ball out and just note, how are we feeling? How does this feel like a shift? And we can come across those 5 channels of awareness, right? What are the thoughts? What are the images? What is the posture that I would like to hold in my body? And that anything with the body, really. So what are the sensations? Am I want to breathe? Do I want to shift my posture? Please honor that and listen to that right now. And then just communicate and be with what's true. Notice any emotions or feelings that are showing up as well. We're then going to come on over and just flip on over, and we'll get that right up in here, right by your diaphragm. We're going to bring that in, get into that child's pose. I invite you to bring your palms up. If that feels like too much, just lean back, and you don't have to reach as far forward. This one can feel a little bit like nauseating and uncomfortable, and if our body says that, that's too much. We always honor and listen to what it's saying. So we'll just go for a nice inhale and exhale here. Again, we're going to start to feel some opening up back here just with our breath and maybe a push of the floor. We've really noticed that when we use the floor, we can find part and our breath together. It's easier to connect with what it is you feel within you, and it helps you to find spaces and then remove resistance, and it also helps you get stronger. So that's really cool what the breath and the floor can do for you and your intention behind it. So just that's what this really is all about, is that intention and practicing what you can do and get to know your body and what is it that you need in every day and every time. As we're done with these breaths, let's just go ahead, take that away. It's always nice to feel the difference. Again, notice if you heavy sighs, yawns, anything that happens, just be with it and track it. That's what this practice is all about. So this is where you have that pillow or the yoga block. We're going to get into those psoas. So it's a little bit awkward, yes, to get in, but we're going to bring that right to the edge of our hip bone and then peel away the skin to really get in there. And I really find it's helpful to have this yoga block or a raised up floor. And again, you take as much load as you want. The idea is to find some relaxation in here. It can feel easier to have this leg up. Again, noting with the breath, how that helps. And then from here, if you can, just bring that leg out. You can take some breaths there. And if it's available for you, you would bring that up into this nice hip flexor stretch. And you can grab a band and wrap it around your leg. I had one here. I think I threw it to the corner as I started the video. And then you could hold that there. So you would just put it on your foot, and maybe I'll grab that for the next one. Just finish up those breaths there, and then I really invite you just to lay down in between and notice the shift from side to side just from that breath. Really important to notice that other side, noticing how the work that you did, that communication, the leaning into resistance, the inhales and the exhales, the postures and the thoughts, how they all are helping you create a shift. And being with that shift, that's the chance for you to upload. We're going to move over to that other side. Again, it can be a little bit uncomfortable getting into it. We can just laugh with that. And if it need more, you just raise up that floor more. Get more pillows, get more blankets, get creative on how you can make that happen. Taking that breath, and I invite you to even just do small little shifts to note where it is that you would feel that you need that. Where's that nice meet in the middle response to the resistance. We don't want this to feel like you tense up anything or to feel like it's very uncomfortable. That we need to dial back if it feels too uncomfortable. The body will just resist it then and cause more resistance rather than an ease in and a trust. So here is where you can take that band, all right, and you're going to just put it on your foot if you need to. All right, well, yeah, easier said than done. So you might need to come out of this. So it might be something that you would want to do before you get in, and you just get that on your foot, okay? And then we get back in here. And then this is where we can just pull that up. You'll want to have it more on the top of your foot. And this is also nice, actually, even if you can. I actually might just include a band because it doesn't take as much work to get back here to hold that. Take those breaths. And then you can slowly come out of that. And again, this is for, giving you an idea of what to, like all the places you want to go and how it wants to look. But the more you watch this video, I just really would love to encourage you to make it your own. Now that you know the breath and the floor, and just leaning into the resistance with like a peaceful breath where the breath is leading, and then also always noting the other side after, feeling the side that is on the other,
the new spaces and how that feels different, so that your body has a chance to just upload that where it feels safe into these new spaces that you're creating. And then just making sure that you maybe finish off. Once you've done that, you're going to be in a different homeostasis. How is it that you want to show up in these new spaces that you created? So how does your body want to stand up and come out of this? And so take your time coming out of it as well, and just making note on maybe how can I use this new version of myself? How do I want to show up in the rest of my day or in other challenges in my life based on what I just learned about myself in this little practice?